So it all boils down to this. It's the big one this coming Saturday. It is Burnley. It is Rovers. The pride of East Lancashire is on the line. Can Rovers upset the apple cart and get something at Turfmoor? Well, we're going to take a little look at it. All of it next. That's right, folks, back once again in another video. Today, we're going to chat with a Burnley fan. That's right, a super-duper Burnley fan. And we'll get to him in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers is right here under one rooski. Today, we go to the dark side, that's right, and talk with all things six-finger man players. We are talking about them lot down the road. Burnley, that's right. Get the views of an opposition fan, and we'll get to him in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Rovers is right here under one rooski. We'll get to our today's guest in a second, but of course, before all that, before we jump into the video, something brand new to the channel, and what is it? It's the join button. That's right, we've gone there. Memberships, that's right. We've opened up the floodgates to members, so you can now join and support the channel in another way. We have our first member, so a big shout out to him, but you can also join that member and becoming an extra special member of the community. Just click on the join button, follow the on-screen instructions, and become part of the gang. All right then, folks, joining me today is YouTube's very own Vizeh. That's right, Liam joins us to talk all things Burnley as we look forward to our cracker East Lancashire derby over at Turfmoor. Let's, of course, start the season for Burnley has been, it's been good on the pitch. Couple of wins, you are up there in the dizzy heights already. So after 3 games, I know it's early, but what is your take on the field matters? Not necessarily off. We'll talk about the off field in a minute, but on the field matters: the playing, the results, the high scoring results, and of course the recent loss.
It's been a wild one already. I think every single game has already offered a bit of a different feeling each game. First game of the season, Luton away, tough place to go to, a real statement win, 4-1, and it was a really good performance as well. I felt like it was a perfect performance all around, really. We was really solid that game, but there was always the element of maybe Luton wasn't really ready. He had a really poor back line. I think he had a ton of injuries. That played a massive factor. But it was a great win to start off the season. We had a lot of our players still at the club and still there, so it gave us a lot of hope. And then on to the next game against Cardiff, it was very much, I think it's just Oda Burt that went and everyone else was still there. So a lot of good feelings. We did win 5-0, but I did really, that did kind of cover over the fact that it was an all-around and great performance. First off, especially Cardiff had some really good opportunities, and it was more of a case of really being super clinical and hitting them on the break and just absolutely taking our chances, which is great and all because we have got the quality to do that compared to other teams, but that's something that you can't rely on. And then 1 week later, we played Sunderland with literally, I can't even tell you how drastically different the entire squad was. The lineup to the bench. I mean, we went from having stacked up the bench to with Vegos and Amdunia in there. We've now playing two keepers and 3 academy players that no one's even heard of. It's been absolutely drastic, the change within a week. And the thing is going to keep going. So in terms of the tactics, that game against Sunderland was really, really bad, really poor. No one really knew where they were meant to be. Playing CJ Egan-Riley, who's never played really senior level in Championship before, and he looks out of place. Masengo, I don't know where he's meant to be. We're playing Strike as a winger and a right winger, as a right wing back as a winger, then a fullback as a winger. No one really knows where they're meant to be, and that's because we don't really have the players there right now. We may do bad time to play you guys this weekend, but it's just been so much change so fast that it looks the part. It looks like a team that's had half the team removed in a matter of days. And that is just how he played. It was a really, really poor performance against Sunderland. And I really hope, looking back from the crowd, that it is just a massive wake-up call when we do the business this week, which it looks like we're making some good progress.
Yeah, I just read 3 new faces potentially in today, Mengi being one of them, Jaden Anthony, I think is his name, from Bournemouth, and Salamento. So that's 3. Do you, from your point of view and from where you see things right now, how many more do you think will likely arrive before the window shuts on Friday? Do you think it's going to be much more than that, or you're more going to be dealing with the players leaving, or probably a combination of the both, really?
I don't think it'd be many more coming in because our squad was already rather large to begin with, like really large. So we already knew there'd be a few players being cut out. We just, because it's all come so fast within a space of a matter of days, like I think there was like 14 players from our squad that was missing at a weekend that was either already sold, was in the process of being sold, or quote unquote injured. And like there was already players like Trafford and Amdouni involved as well, which they're probably going to. So it's a matter of like, our squad was already quite big. We probably had to let quite a few go anyway, like Obafemi and Twine, that was already bit part players anyway. So there was no really concern about them, but it's about the big players, and it looks like they could be almost all going. For big money, we're going to be making our money's worth, making some good profit, but that can lead to the concern of we really need to have a good squad to get back to Premier League. Otherwise, selling all these players for profit in our equation means nothing. So it's trying to find the right balance, and right now it looks like it's way towards one side, and I kind of want to make my judgment at the end of the window. That's why I've not really said much about it. There's a lot of chaos over the Burnley forums and everything, as you can expect. Mm-hmm. I'd rather try to stay a level ahead. And really, I'm not even paying too much attention to it, really, because there's too much going on. So I think there may be a few more faces, maybe two more on top of those three. And then I think we'll be relatively fine for the season ahead.
Yeah, and you got the new man at the helm, something maybe completely different. You're used to Vinny Kompany and maybe his approach. We saw there was some viral clips of Vinny Kompany and his mental game with the Burnley players back in last season. Now you got Scotty Parker. Is he your right man for the job? Do you think you can achieve the end goal here, get back to the promised land with him at charge?
Yeah, I think Scott Parker, he's the man that can do the job in Championship. He's got a good track record. In terms of the options that we could have had, I think most Burnley fans can agree that we weren't exactly too excited when he arrived because, we was hoping for maybe a Carlos Corberan, for example, maybe at a time before then was like for Steve Cooper. He went to Leicester, of course, and Scott Parker kind of fell into that kind of Frank Lampard category of like, well, like they can maybe do a job in Championship, but like for the Premier League, you really don't have much hope at all. But to get that first, to get over that first total was the main part here. And I think Scott Parker's, of course, better than Frank Lampard, of course. He's definitely got a different way about him compared to Vizeh Kompany. He's seemed to have made a good impression with the fans, a good connection with them, which is really, really important. He's definitely been dealt an interesting hand here, where he's got seemingly a lot of money to deal with, but at the same time, a lot of noise and a lot of things going on that he doesn't know what his squad will even look like. And he's clearly shown his frustration after Sunderland. So I think for the campaign ahead, he's the man to get us up. He's done it before. It's just, I don't think he'll be as completely dominant as it was last time with Vizeh Kompany. Maybe we'll be in the high 80s, low 90s, maybe, which is still great season, of course. But I think there'll be quite a few more games like Sunderland where things just don't seem to really make too much sense. But again, because there's so much going on, I can't really comment too much about him until at least, sometime late September, early October, to really see these players gel together, because you do need to give a new manager time, of course. So that's kind of the caveat I'm adding with him.
Right. Okay. And I know there is a lot of noise, as you said. And if we were Rovers fans looking on from, a bird's eye view, for the players that you think should be here for the weekend, who's the man that we should be worried about the most, that you think will have some involvement in the game? I know the captain, he's also one of those that got a big question mark on his shoulders right now. I've been reading he's potentially been linked with the Turkish move. So he started off the season well, and he would have been in my sights to be a problem. But, from the ones that for certain are going to be here.
That's the thing. I don't even know who's even certain anymore. I genuinely don't even know. But Lyle Foster will still be here. Lyle Foster, I think that he's a good player for this level. I think he'd be definitely a threat. Cullen, of course, missed a weekend. I believe that was because of just wanted to nurse him for this game particularly. So we let him, have a weekend off. So Josh Cullen should be the main man to control the game. We missed him drastically in that game against Sunderland. He was really it's so clear and obvious how vital he is to how we want to play. Kolyosha, of course, missed a weekend as well. He's a bit more of a concern of, is he actually being rested or is he just making a move to Wolves? If he is here, if he is there for the weekend, then he's going to be the main man to just completely terrify the fullbacks for Rovers, or really any other fullback in this league, because he's absolutely lightning and he'll be direct and he'll be asking all the questions. So if Kolyosha's playing, it'd be absolutely him. I just can't guarantee he'd be here. And if it's not him, I'll say I'm Dooney, but I don't even know he's even here. So let's just go Brownhill and let's hope that he's here as well.
Okay. Now,
Genuinely, it's mental right now what's going on.
It does sound, it's like every hour there seems to be somebody else being linked with either coming or going. But if I turn the tables on you, and I don't know how much you have paid attention for Rovers, but who out of our crop is giving you a little bit of a headache, or maybe some room for concern? We have no Smodic anymore. The days of Burton Diaz are long gone. Anyone that stands out for you to be a problem?
You know what? I'm a man that I do like poetry in football, and I remember back, I think 2 years ago when we had our last season of Championship, we were linked with your current striker now, that Mukhtar Gay, I believe is his name, and we were linked with him because he played over, I think, Oostersons or something, somewhere in Belgium, and we were linked with him, didn't work out, and I got a feeling that he may somehow score a goal in this game because we were linked with him, and he may come back to haunt us. But I do really like your, I think he's a number 10, is he Japanese? A Japanese lad?
Yep. Ohashi.
Yeah. Hashi's his name? Hashi.
Ohashi.
Hashi. Yep. I think he's one of those players that can be very underrated for the campaign ahead, and I think he's a good piece of business. So I saw the game against Derby, and of course that was an interesting game to watch because you guys looked quite threatening actually, but I don't know if Derby was just terrifyingly bad. And then Schmodix came on, and I was begging that someone can please sign him now that he scored a goal. And thankfully that happened. Thank God he's not here for this weekend. Otherwise, I would genuinely be really concerned. But yeah, I like Ohashi. I like how he looks, but I just got a feeling because of the link with him, with Mukhtar Gay, with us 2 years ago, I got a feeling that he may score a goal. So yeah, but I think of all your players, I really like him a lot.
Okay, well, yeah, we like him a lot too. Now, I don't know if I told this at the thing, but I want to do this. It's a 60-second blur here. I'm going to throw some players at you. It's on TikTok now. They're all doing it. You got to pick one or the other of players. But what I'm going to do is chuck players at you that have played. These are special players that have played for Rovers and Burnley. And you've got to say, in your eyes, not necessarily by their record, but in your personal opinion, who wore the claret and blue or claret, best in your eyes?
I mean, I know Paul Robinson's going to be in there somewhere, isn't it?
Surprisingly, quite a long list. They might not have been owned by our clubs. They might have been there on loan. So, but if you're ready, are you ready? 60 seconds is going to be quick fire.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Starting with our very own, Nathan Delfonso, David Jones.
Wait. So am I picking which side?
Which one of those two? Yeah, which one do you like the best? And then I'll bring on another one, and then I'll bring on another one.
Okay, yeah, David Jones. David
Jones, David May, if your memory can go back that far.
Oh, David May. My memory does not go back that far, no.
Okay, we'll keep David Jones. David Jones, Stephen Reed.
Oh, Stephen Reed is definitely yours. He's definitely yours, so we're still David Jones.
David Jones, Paul Robinson.
Still David Jones. I think Rob was here for like 2 campaigns.
Okay, David Jones, Michael Keane.
I go for Keano. I go Michael Keane.
Michael Keane, Shane Duffy.
Michael Keane,
Taylor Harwood-Bellis.
I like him a lot. I'll say Keano still because he helped us a lot back then.
Keano or Andy Cole?
It's still Keano for me.
Keano, Bradley, or?
Keano
or Peter Whittingham?
Still Keano.
And we'll do one more. Keano or Cameron Stewart?
I think you know the answer to that one. It's still Keano. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Sean Dyche, you did a great number on Keano. I think we signed him from United for about, I want to say, like 2-something mil around there. Of course, it was on loan with us back in our 14-15 Premier year, then came back with us permanent in Championship, and he scores some. I mean, the reason why I say him so much because we played, I think, Middlesbrough in like one of the last games of campaign, and if we just didn't lose, we pretty much was almost confirmed to win the title, and he scored like in the 94th minute, and it was one of the best like atmospheres, like one of the best like scenes I've ever seen at Turf. That video's still on my channel now, and I look back on it fondly still to this day. So yeah, and also a really good another draw, but a 2-2 away at Brighton as well, same time of that season as well. So he scored some very big goals for us. So definitely him.
Okay, well, yeah, well, it was a sad day when he signed for your lot. Of course, we had a good time with him. It was short on loan. But now, again, this is going to be probably the trickiest question of the lot. What's your starting 11 going to be? If it was you in charge for Saturday,
Jesus Christ.
You can maybe do a little bit of Mystic Meg and assume that these three that are having medicals should be signed. So, tricky old question.
I don't know if I should expect these three lads are drawn in immediately. It depends how desperate we are, because, I don't think we have a winger. I mean, Benson's still here, but I don't think Benson's actually here. I don't know. Like, at this stage, mate, there's been so much, like, incomings or outgoings or links or rumors that I generally stopped looking. Until I see, like, a friend of mine from, like, The Athletic says that, yes, is confirmed. I don't even look. So I think Benson's still here, but I don't know for sure. So in terms of the lineups, the back five should, but like Trafford, I don't think Trafford will be here. I think he'd be gone. We can probably sell him, and I don't really particularly rate Trafford too much anyway. I think he's a weak link. So I'll probably say it's Latke in goal. Right back will be Connor Roberts. Centre back pairing should be Esteve, and with O'Shea gone, it should be. I don't think it'll be CJ Igan. I hope it's not for the derby. Christ Almighty. So maybe Joe Rowe. I would like him if he's in there. He's got a bit of. Finally some experience to our squad because it's already so young. Left back be Lucas Perez. Midfield should be Brownie and Cullen, and then up top, I would hope to see like Sarmiento in sort of way, but I don't think so. If Jen and Anthony is here, Parker loves him, so I think Anthony may just jump straight in, and then it'd be him. Hopefully, Collier. I really beg he is, and then. I don't even know who's number 10 anymore. I think J-Rod maybe starting. I don't really think he's got it anymore. He's like 36, 37 now, but it's a derby. So he's a Burnley boy, so I think he'd be up there as a number 10. Then there'd be Elijah Foster up top as a number 9.
All right. Well, it's it could be something like that along those lines, or completely different.
It could be so much different. Like Amdouni, I don't know. Trafford, I don't know. Collier, I don't know. Brownell, I think 4 million, I think it is from Trabzonspor. That's nonsense. We're not going to sell him for 4 million.
Probably smells like agent work, maybe getting him a new contract or something.
Yeah, 4 mil. Like if he goes, I mean, no, it's last year contract, but he's our captain. It's at least going to be at least 10 to take Brownell around there because we need him more than anything right now.
Yeah, and I did ask you already, but just in case they didn't catch it, score prediction from you for this game on Saturday.
Well, we already went into the fact that you guys haven't scored against us in at least 6 games. And the last time you guys came to Turf, you guys had 1 shot. And I remember that shot, I think it's from Schmodix actually, towards the right-hand side. And it was a semi-comfortable save by Muir at Shadow time period. And I was absolutely terrified. And I was glad that you guys were that bad because just that one attack alone terrified me. So I think it'd be a lot more of that in terms of a lot more opportunities for you guys. I think you guys may get your first goal against us since 2014. I do firmly believe that because right now we're still a bit kind of, we are a bit on edge in terms of how we want to play because so many players may be so new to the system or new to each other. A lot of cohesion still needs to be had. And I just firmly believe that quality should come through in the end. We have got a better team on paper, but during a derby, you kind of never know. And with Scott Parker, it's not the ideal time for him to have a game of this magnitude this early on with so much noise happening behind him. I just think that the quality will shine through. I still will say it's 2-1 Burnley, but I don't think he'd be comfortable whatsoever. It may be something similar to when we played you guys at Eadwood last time, and I was there for that game. And I will be there this weekend as well for the derby. And, it wasn't really a great game from us when we played you guys and won the title there. I had to rub that in, of course, sorry. But you guys actually played really well. And, we just got an unbelievable wonder goal. And, kind of a unbelievable save at the end by Ashley Barnes. So I just won't be a good game. It won't be a good game. It'll be a really annoying game. And I think you guys will be enjoying it a lot more compared to your recent times against us.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope. Well, we'll hope so for it's an enjoyable game. But I'd love to just if we could split the points, I'd take it right now. But I appreciate your time, Liam. You're a superstar. Thank you for this and good luck. Well, I don't even know.
You don't mean it. Don't say good luck. Don't say good luck. Come on.
Yeah, hopefully, have a nightmare and everyone is sold and they just left Parker to play. Yeah, he's a good player still. Still kick a ball about. So
Yeah.
Maybe he could boss your midfield. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks again. This video will be up later in the week, probably after the Cups.
Spot on. And
again, we'll do it again. We're going to donate this one to Emma Society. Is that right?
Yes, Emma Society UK. That's multiple sclerosis, which impacted my mother and my family. So I've done some work for them before. So of all charities, that's the one that means the most to my side. So it'd be them.
Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. Big shout out once again to Liam for giving up a bit of his time to talk all things East Lancashire Derby. Burnley, of course, who have got a manic week ahead of them. So yeah, we'll see how we all get on this coming weekend. Don't forget, we have the watch along, we have previews, reviews, and maybe even a vlog or two about this one. Bit of a ding dong affair up and at them. And again, don't forget, we're going to donate all the ad revenue to from this video to the Emma Society UK. So make sure it goes viral. Let's get the ad revenue coming in here. And, of course, make us proud. That's it. But until then, subscribe, smash the like. I'll be back Saturday, of course, non-stop live as we watch possibly a shambles over at Turfmoor. We'll get into all that later. But until then, we are done.